as we're talking about soccer, one of the greatest rivalries, did I just say one of the greatest rivalries?
I believe you did.
I apologize. I'm selling it short. Probably the greatest rivalry in the history of American sports is going to be taking place again this Saturday up in Indianapolis.
Are you referring to the Louisville-Indianapolis Proximity Association football contest?
Yes. Would you please tell everybody, Matthew, what does LIP-AFC mean to you?
It means very simply the pinnacle in sporting competition. It is the longest running derby in the history not only of soccer but sports.
And Derek, what about you? What does it mean to you? What does this rivalry mean to you?
Okay, well, first, I have to mention something. I could never tell you what that acronym means. I know what it means, but I can't memorize it, okay? So every time I see the acronym, the only thing that I can think of is EPICAC. And so I don't pronounce it like you guys pronounce it or say it. I just say EPICAC. It's the EPICAC rivalry. And every time I look online, I'm like, oh, there it is again, EPICAC.
It's easy, man. It's the Louisville and Indianapolis proximity. That means they're close together.
Mm-hmm.
Association football is the game we're playing, and it's a contest.
Yes. And
I don't like numbers either.
Yeah.
So
there are no numbers in that.
Now, if you know anything about this wonderful rivalry, which spans time. I mean, it's beyond time. It transcends everything. You know that our greatest hero in this deal is a guy by the name of Bugsy O'Malley. Now, Bugsy played in this rivalry for about 50 years or so, and we're going to try and get Bugsy on the phone. Hey, Bugsy, are you there?
Hello.
Bugsy, are you there?
Hello, I think I'm here. Hello, who am I speaking to? Thank you very much. Hello.
Bugsy, this is Joe Valla. Bugsy, I know that I'm interrupting you. Hey, Bugsy, put the phone closer to your ear, pal.
Bugsy, can you hear us,
All
buddy?
right, well, is this Joe?
This is Joe, Bugsy, the guy that
Yes, it's so nice to hear from you, Jimmy.
It's not Jim, it's Joe, pal. What are you doing?
That's what I said. Oh, how's it going, boy? It's not nice to hear from. It's not nice to hear from anybody, to be honest.
Well, but this is why it's such an honor to have you on the show, Bugsy, because you have been we haven't heard from you in Louisville in over 40 years. And go ahead, can you tell us a little bit go ahead.
Well, it's true, Jack. Firstly,
it's Joe.
I said that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
People don't realize this, but Louisville used to have a reputation. It had a thriving whiskey business years ago. If you don't know that,
yeah,
people don't realize it. And could you imagine a young Scottish soldier, fresh from the laugh-a-minute fireworks that was the Ardennes Bloody Forest?
Yes. That people don't know this.
Have you been to the Electric Light Parade at Disney World, there, Joseph?
Well, folks don't know this, that you not only are you the youngest guy ever to play in this rivalry, but you literally came through Kearney, New Jersey in 1918 after the big war.
That's what they tell me.
So you're saying that you don't really remember that?
The man's 119 years old, Joe. What do you expect?
Yeah, well, I know, but there I was. It's like this, Joe.
Okay.
There I was, a sporty-faced young cadet with stars in his eyes and a football at his feet. And I could only dream of plying my trade in a land of opportunity and cheap booze.
Okay.
Well, that's what they tell me.
That sounds like Kearney.
Anyway, but what they don't tell you is Louisville gets well near 100 degrees.
It does.
It's awful hot.
Yes, it does.
And back in those days, we had woolen uniforms. That's all we had. I think they were hand knitted by Lewis and Clark's auntie. Anyway, I'll tell you, Jordan, I had a rash that required the attention of a squadron of lotion-spewing Orientals. Can I say Oriental?
Yes, you can, Bugsy. Well, Bugsy, you know what it is? Maybe it's a little offensive, but that's okay because I wanted to ask about something specifically. You
Oh,
know,
no.
you
No,
had
don't get too specific, Jim.
okay, and it's Joe, by the way. But
Yes.
okay, but you from 1931 to roughly 1948, you had a groin pull. So how does a player have a groin pull for 17 years?
Well, I'll tell you, all ties into what I was saying to you. With their uniforms, this was before the days of ointments and unguents and salves and balms and liniments, as you call it. Not good, Jeffrey, not good. I kept a wire coat hanging in the dugout for scratching my mushy peas at halftime. After 70 years as a footballer, and all that nightlife, you'd have a pulled groin and all.
Mm-hmm. But you muscled through. I mean, America doesn't really know your story. That you scored for wearing the purple of Louisville. You scored 487 goals in your 52-year career, but you only managed 5 assists. So now, can you tell the fans why did you have a problem with passing the ball?
Well, I'll tell you what. It's as simple as this, Jemima. One man does not a team make.
That's true.
And I can remember the first Louisville team back in those days. There was Winky McDougall. We called him the Wilson Street H-bomb. He once scored 5 own goals. He scored 5 own goals in the first half of a 5-5 draw. Yes.
That was tough.
Then, Louisville spared no expense at all. They brought in the majestic Cheech brothers from the steppes of Eurasia.
I remember Murat and Adam. Yes, I do.
They were the first Siamese twins to play for Louisville. They were a great goalkeeper.
It's amazing. I remember, and I do remember somebody trying to make "We're attached together" the slogan of the team, but it didn't really fly very well.
Never in those days. Nobody had bumpers, so you had a sticker, but nowhere to put it. Sadly, they died in a freak knitting accident, I heard.
And then 1970 was your final game. Which you get one of your assists, and we win that game 3-1. Tell us what it was like playing your very last match against Indianapolis in the greatest rivalry in the history of sports.
It wasn't easy, Joe. If I remember correctly that day, there was 3 tornadoes. 3 tornadoes outside in the parking lot.
It was a tough one.
So they were going to call the game off. But we thought, no, we've made at least $45 the day in takings at the stand, and we really needed the money. So on we went to glory. The other team actually never showed up that day, Joe. It was just me, so it wasn't so hard scoring a goal. It was easy.
Well, Indianapolis, because you struck the fear of God into the players that you played against for all those decades that you were here. And we do have to ask a question, though. Okay, I know this may be a little uncomfortable for you, but we have to ask this. 1970 ends. You spend a couple of years on the circuit taking pictures, doing all those things that celebrities do, and then you go into hiding. And now it took us 40 years to find you in Dublin, Ireland, of all places, and we hear that you're a sex therapist. Can you tell us a little bit about all of this? What transpired the last 40 years, and how does a 100 and some odd year old guy become a sex therapist?
Jermaine, after 70 years as a footballer and all the nightlife, what else was I qualified to be but a sex therapist? For God's sake, use your head, boy. I don't feel like 103. After 80, nothing works anyway.
That's true.
And that's a good thing about being a sex therapist. You get to hear what everybody else is up to.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I think I'm needing to go, Joe.
Yeah, Bugsy, it's been a real honor. We're definitely going to have you back on when we play in Indianapolis.
No, I really think I need to go. I think I'm going. Oh, never mind.
Oh, okay. I understand. Ladies and gentlemen.
Good night, Louisville. Good night.
Good night to you. Bugsy, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Bugsy O'Malley, the greatest player in the history of the Louisville Indianapolis Proximity Association football contest.
When can we get him on the